It's on the table. It's very quick. It's very delicious. And there we have it. That's our Mongolian ground beef noodles. I can't stop eating this. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're doing Mongolian beef noodles. Chinese at home, easy recipe. Now normally in Mongolian beef, you would slice the beef, marinade. We are going to do it with beef mince, ground beef. Everybody can do this. Nice and easy. Let's do it, come on. Okay, so it's very straightforward. There's nothing much in this actually. So we're just going to dice an onion. Now you can slice it with having noodles. If you slice the onion, you've got little slices of onion. In fact, we'll do that, look. Come on, we'll do it that way. I was going to dice it, but now I've talked myself into slicing it. There you go. Nice. That'll just sit through the noodles. That'll be fantastic. Okay, let's just bung that back in there. That should be fine. In we go. Right, we've got a little bit of garlic. You've always got garlic. So we'll just give that a little mashing. Nice and steady. Big as small as you like, as usual. If you want it all mashed up and you're using a knife, just squash it with a knife blade and you will get mashed up garlic. Okay, we're not bothered about that. We just want a little bit of garlic chopping up to go in there. Nice and straightforward. Now, like I say, there's not much to this recipe at all, to be honest. We're going to use store-bought hoisin sauce. That's going to be the best option for this. We don't have to make it. Anybody can put this dish together and enjoy. It's a quick dish. The main thing is we've got to get a pan of noodles on to boil. Boil up the noodles, but we're going to do it a different way. Most people will boil 4 to 5 minutes, cook them all the way through. I ain't going to do that. We're going to put the noodles in boiling water, boil them up, turn off the water, let them stand. Bring the water up to the boil, and then we're using packet dried noodles. These are a Japanese style noodle, and the instructions say put in boiling water 4 to 5 minutes. So that's what we're going to do, except we're not going to boil 4 to 5 minutes. We're going to bring this to the boil, put these in, and then we're going to start with the main dish. And by that time, these noodles will have softened. So easy. We're coming up to the boil, look. We're going in there with our dried noodles and just bring it back to the boil. Now what you should do is give these a separating in there. So as soon as they start to soften, we'll give them a separating so that they're not all clumped up. And we'll just put them to one side and let them sit there in the water. Now yes, you can overcook noodles by letting them sit there, but we're not going to be that quick. We're only cooking mince and onions. It's nice and steady. This is a really nice, tasty, quick meal. Up to the boil. Flame off. We don't need to cook this anymore. We're going to take one of these things and we'll put it on there. And whilst we're cooking here, we're just going to take that and we're just going to keep giving it a little one of those, just to loosen them all up while it sits there in that water. Nice and easy. Okay, we want a pan on. There's our pan. That was quick. Grab any bit of oil that you want to use. You might not need oil, it depends how fatty your meat is. And in there with our minced beef. And it's a steady one, to be honest. We just actually cook it in there and break it up as it's going. Now this was frozen meat, so there will be water come out of here. But we just cook the water off, you know, come on. It's a nice, straightforward, easy recipe that is very, very good. And this can be done with chicken mince, it can be done with pork mince, not a problem. And you know, you can do it with that soya mince. So you can make the Mongolian beef recipe that we're doing today, but with the soya mince as well. Just break up the chunks as we go in. It's a nice and straightforward one, this. Now I'm going to add a little bit of pepper to this. It will be white pepper. You can add black if you've got black. We just want to give it some flavour in that meat. Give those noodles a stir. Oh, fabulous. Look at those things. Now, Mongolian beef is quite a sweet dish, if you like. It's a sweet and sour, actually. You've got the sourness from the soy sauce, and you've got the sweetness from the hoisin sauce, and a little bit of brown sugar. Obviously, tailor it to how you like it. If you don't want too much sweetness in there, take out the brown sugar or take it down. Depending on what you're using as store-bought and how that's flavoured. There we go, look, we're getting rid of that. That water's nearly evaporated. We're down to the oil and the fats from the beef. We are going in there with our onions. Nice little start on there. Fabulous. Just give it a little softening up in there. Take the rawness out of the onion. And then we're going to chuck our garlic in there. Give those noodles a stir. Oh yeah. Fabulous. What a fantastic dish to come together this is. So easy, come on. Clear yourself a space. We're going to use the oil and the fats to cook the garlic a second. And then we're going to stir it all in. That's working perfectly, look there. Now, all we're doing is cooking the rawness out of that garlic. When you see a slight tinge, stir it all in. We don't want to blacken it. In it goes, come on. Let's put our Mongolian sauce together. Before we do that, in here is 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, corn flour, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of water. And we're just going to mix that up for a cornstarch, corn flour slurry as a thickener, just in case we need to thicken the sauce. There you go, that's on standby. Okay, we want to be going in there with a little bit of brown sugar. We want to be going in there with some soy sauce. We've got that store-bought hoisin sauce. What a good couple of tablespoons of that. Just give that a little stir through. Now be careful of the hoisin sauce. Like I say, some of it's very sugary. This Kunli brand is pretty good, you know. It's all right. So we got that going on. That's fabulous. Okay, those noodles that have been sat there, nice and steady, look, they are perfect. We need to drain them. We don't want all that water. Okay, we drain the noodles and we want just a little bit of sesame oil in there. A couple of drops, like that. That's going to stop it all from sticking together. We're just going to give that a little whiz round in there. And we've got these fantastic noodles, look at that. Just give that a little stir, look. Just clear yourself a space. So what we want to be doing is chucking those in there. Give that a stir through. Nice and straightforward. Coat all those noodles up with that sauce and that mince. And we want to be going in there with some chili flakes. And you want to go in with how much you want, but there's a good heaped teaspoon there. You can go more. I always go for these Korean chili flakes. They've got a fantastic flavour without being horribly spicy. Flame off, let's serve it up. In there. A little bit of green onion on there, and a few of those roasted sesame. And there we have it. That's our Mongolian ground beef noodles. How easy is that? Come on. That's a straightforward one. Let's get dug in. Come on. Oh, it's a nice straightforward one. Whoo-wee. Let's get some of that steam out of there. Come on. Mouth watering. Unbelievable. That has got such a really mild, beautiful flavour. Oh, there's a lot there. Oh, perfect. That is delightful. Little bit of crunch in those onions. You've got that lovely sweetness through there. That Chinese flavour from the hoisin. Our beef, outstanding, you know, shop bought obviously, but you can taste the beefy in there. That is delicious. Really, really nice. I can't stop eating this. That is so easy to make at home. Ready-made noodles, just dunk them in. You don't have to boil them forever. These noodles are perfectly cooked. Some might say too soft for them. Up to you. You don't need to cook them. You let them stand in there. You cook your dish, chuck the noodles in, stir it all around, serve it up. It's on the table. It's very quick. It's very delicious. I'm not going to say traditional Chinese. It's very Chinesey, but you know, it's come out of a jar. And that hint of sesame we put in there, you can put sesame oil on the top of it if you wanted, but that little hint of sesame oil that went in the noodles is through there. Very pleasant. It's a delicious dish. If you like what we're doing, don't forget to share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make this Mongolian ground beef and noodles. If you do like what we're doing, give it a try. Like and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next video. Oh yeah. That is off the charts. What is it? What is it? Huh? What about all this lot then? Eh? You're talking away to me down there, aren't you? Everybody's going to hear you on here. Are they? Eh? What is it all? Eh? Are we having Chinese? Are we having Chinese, are we? You old sausage, you are you? Eh? Little baby boy. Are you? Little baby boy. What about that then, eh? Well. You're dafty. I think we're going to have to put you down though. Come on. Come on in. What about that? What about that?